the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will be playing the second game of a 3-game series against the Philadelphia Phillies at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, PA. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal, the BirdWatcher here. People call me BW for short. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Or if you do wear it out, mention me in the chat. Folks, the Orioles last night, game 1 of this series with the Phillies. You know, first half of the ball game was pretty competitive. Both teams exchanging home runs. Both teams had a 2-run homer and a solo shot. It was a 3-3 ball game going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Cade Povich got the first couple of outs in the inning. Couple of tough outs. Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper. You might have heard of him. But unfortunately, he gave up a hit to JT Realmuto. And Tony Mansolino decided in that moment that a change needed to be made. We went to the bullpen, and folks, it became a bullpen game. That's an expression you might want to get used to saying for the final 2 months of this season. Once it became a bullpen game. Get used to hearing that expression a lot for the final 59 games or wherever. We're 49 games, I think. 49? Something like that. Anyway, Jeremiah Jackson's not playing right field today. That's a plus. He's going to DH again today. They are giving him everyday at-bats. And, yeah, hopefully he'll develop into something, and we can maybe play him somewhere where he should be playing. Yeah, we got some other notes to go over, but let's dive into this matchup tonight. On the mound for the Orioles, Dean Kremer. He's got an 8-7 record, a 4.27 ERA, 126 in the third innings pitched. He's given up right about a hit per inning. 104 strikeouts to 34 walks, 17 homers given up. Taijuan Walker is on the mound for the Phillies. He's got a record of 3-5. He has missed some time this season, it would appear, as he's only gone 73 innings, a 3.82 ERA, a 1.36 whip. He's more prone to giving up the home run ball than Kremer is. He's given up 14 in 73 innings, while Kremer's given up 17 in about another 53 additional innings. So if you're talking on a per 9-inning rate, Taijuan Walker, unlike Luzardo yesterday, who's got great numbers, not giving up the home run, and he gave up 2 anyway. Taijuan Walker is a guy you can go deep on. All right, here is the starting lineups for the Baltimore Orioles. Jackson Holliday will lead off and play second base. Jordan Westberg will bat second and play third. Gunnar Henderson's at shortstop, hitting third. Adley Rutschman will catch and be the cleanup hitter. Tyler O'Neill's back in the field, right field, batting fifth. Colton Cowser, who is just striking out at a really tough rate right now. He is hitting sixth in left field. Jeremiah Jackson is back in the lineup again. He's 3 for 12 to begin his career. He's going to DH tonight. Kobe Mayo's at first base, batting eighth. And Dylan Carlson will again play center field, batting ninth. We don't have any outfielders. We need another outfielder on this team. Trey Turner. Let's go over to the Phillies lineup. It is... The top half looks much like last night. The bottom half a little bit different. Trey Turner will lead off and play shortstop. Kyle Schwarber will DH and bat second. Do not give him anything to hit. He hit home runs number 39 and 40 last night. He's up to 94 RBI. He has got twice as many RBI as our team leader. Twice as many. Wrap your head around that, folks. Gunner's got 47. Schwarber's got 94. And Schwarber even has 10 steals. Throw in 10 steals on this guy. Be careful with him. Bryce Harper will play first base and bat third. JT Realmuto is catching. He's the cleanup hitter. How often do you see two catchers hitting cleanup playing each other, folks? Nick Castellanos in right field batting fifth. Brandon Marsh is in center field hitting sixth. Max Kepler will play left field and bat seventh. Edmundo Sosa at second base last night will play third base tonight and hit eighth. Bryson Stott will bat ninth and play second base. All right. Orioles come in with a record of 11 games under 500, 51 and 62. And the Phillies are 64 and 48. A game and a half up in the NL East over the New York Mets. That's a .571 winning percentage. Kind of winning percentage we should frankly be at, but something happened. Things happened this season, folks. Things happened. Let's get the ball game up. We've got the dynamic duo of Kevin Brown and Ben McDonald. All right, so we got the A-team on the call with the Masson crew. I'm actually going to step aside for a sec before first pitch. I got to take care of a little business. And no, it's not going to the lavatory. It's just got to straighten up a couple of things here so that they're not left neglected for the next 3 hours. So hang in there, folks. I'll be right back. Thank you. All right.
Boy, Harry, you're full of energy. You look great. I hate to tell you how I feel.
I've had that bad back myself.
Also, with this cold, it just seems like it's settled in there.
That's age, friend.
I don't care what it is. It feels awful.
You smell like a drugstore.
That's right. I am a
You're not
drugstore.
a hypochondriac, are you?
What does that mean? Oversexed?
Oh, wow. Here he
Let me
comes.
show you what I mean now. By the first thing you do is get right up in their face, you point the finger. Then if you can't get close enough, you turn the hand around and kick some dirt. And then if he's missed a strike, you get over here and you put dirt all over the thing. You throw the hat down, you pick it up, you throw it, and then you're so bad, you throw him out of the game. You're out of here. That's the way a major league manager
I
should.
learned something, buddy boy.
Get
No. It's bacon!
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake Bay when Monday
All right, Charm City. Yes, we are playing our brothers to the north, the city of brotherly love. Folks, they've got a reputation for being brotherly. And we have a reputation for being charming. And last night, folks, those two reputations, as silly as they may seem to the rest of the country, we saw it in full display here on the BirdWatcher Channel and over on my colleague's channel, Play-by-Play with JJ last night. As we got some bird watchers here to go over to JJ and show him a little bit of love, some support, and in turn, some Philly fans JJ sent this way for the same reasons, and it was a nice little time we had. And then unfortunately, well, actually, we were quite fortunate because that little exchange happened not long before Corbin Martin made his way out of the bullpen, and a tie ball game turned into a forgettable game. But the sentiment was still there. We had a chance to experience it. It was nice. It was nice. Now, JJ's audience, if you're listening, gloves are off. We got embarrassed last night with our bullpen. So look, tonight we're just going to have to let Dean Kremer go 7, maybe more, and use what of the 1 or 2 arms we have out there to finish it off. Maybe Keegan Aiken, maybe somebody else. I don't know. Anybody got a good number 2 guy? I know a lot of guys out there pitching like number 2. I don't know who should get the title of number 2. But, yeah, there's some other quick notes to go over, I guess. Zach Eflin received an epidural shot to relieve some back pain. He's got to be chilling. Eflin's chilling, playing some PlayStation right now with that epidural shot. Colin Selby probably another month away from returning from a hamstring injury. All right, that pretty much puts the rest of his season in jeopardy. Taron Vavra, who we called up for 1 game, got 1 pinch hit plate appearance that first game at Wrigley Field, I believe. He was DFA'd after that game. He cleared waivers, and he is now back in the organization. Taron Vavra continues to plug away in the farm. He's back with AAA Norfolk. Hey, the Orioles have made another waiver claim. We're making a lot of them here since the trade deadline because the 40-man roster had several spots open. We've filled up a few of them. We still have a couple left after this most recent addition. It's a right-handed pitcher by the name of Rico Garcia. Looks like he's spent some time with the Mets. They designated him for assignment, probably to make room for some of their deadline acquisitions. So, you know, one person's trash is another person's treasure, folks. One person's trash can be another person's treasure. May I once again point out to you the example of one Ryan O'Hearn, who was DFA'd by a Kansas City Royals team who at the time was a last-place team in a pretty weak division. They said, we don't think O'Hearn's got it. Time to move on, and we all know what happened since then. So, folks, waivers can be a friend. I still think Ryan Noda could be a nice pickup for us. I think Vidal Brujan, who has yet to make an appearance, is an upgrade as a utility player from what we had before we claimed him. All we're needing right now is to get Dylan Beavers into this outfield core, which right now only has 3 guys, one of whom can't stay healthy for more than about 8 days straight, another who can't stop striking out, and another who wasn't even on the roster until this most recent purge of players. Folks, we are underway. The ball game has started. First pitch to Jackson Holliday is swung on and missed. Holliday hitting .256, 14 homers, 43 driven in. We are underway, folks. Next pitch is upstairs and inside. The Orioles are wearing their black road jerseys with the orange lettering, gray pants, and the Phillies are wearing their traditional home candy stripe uniforms, red stripes on white, red caps. It's a 2-1 count on Holiday. Just getting started. There may be some other notes to go over since last night's ball game. I'll try and scan through there between innings and, of course, check in with everybody here in the Charm City chat. I hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully you weren't having visions of bad bullpens dancing in your head as you went to sleep last night. Here's a ground ball by Holiday to first. Harper will flip it to Walker, covering the bag, and that's your first out of the ball game. Holiday sees 4 pitches and is out on a 3-1 putout at first. Defensively for the Phillies, Kepler in left, Marsh in center, Castellanos in right, Sosa at third, Turner at short, Stott at second, Harper at first, Real Muto behind the plate. Here's Jordan Westberg, folks. My boy Westy's up.
Well, West is that way.
First pitch from Walker is called a strike. That's outside. That is outside the whole way there. This entire umpire crew must have, who's that other guy? Wolf from last night? Man, was he bad. Westberg fouls it away. It's 0-2. It's Chris Siegel, or Seagal. I don't know. Is he related to Steven? I'm just an ump. That pitch is definitely outside. A slider in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bam's got some numbers on Garcia right there in the chat. And there's an opposite field base hit for Westberg. Look at that stroke. That's what I'm talking about, Jordan. Take that pitch and hit it where it's pitched. Opposite field, line drive, base hit with 1 down, and the Orioles have their first base runner of the ball game, Jordan Westberg. Jim Wolf manning third base tonight, and I use the word man loosely. Gunnar Henderson takes a first pitch strike on the inside part of the plate.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
Yes, Chowa. Yes, Jim Wolf, umpire last night. Third base tonight. Tonight it's Chris Siegel or Seagal, depending on how you want to pronounce it, doing the calling of the balls and the strikes. I don't know who the crew chief is here. I feel like it might be Wolf. And if he is, that would explain why the rest of his crewmates also can't call balls and strikes. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Gunnar. And that's a strike on the inside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. No, it's 0-2. I'm sorry. I am very sorry. It's 0-2. I'm just being optimistic. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Wow, a cutter. Had plenty of the plate. Gunnar just missed it. And down he goes, 2 away in the top of the first. Adley Rutschman.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
234 the average, 8 homers, 25 RBI. And a check on Westberg, who's back. "82 degrees the temperature at first pitch in Philly. No threat of any rain or anything. Pitch inside. Excuse me. The count is 1-0 on Adley. Another note that I failed to mention in last night's game, I guess it's the kind of thing that here's a ground ball to second. Bryson Stott will scoop it up, and a short toss to first will end the inning. Yeah, so what just happened? So last night, let me see if I can bring this up. Kyle Bradish making a rehab assignment. Things did not go well for Bradish, and so much so, in fact, that I get a feeling that we might have to add another trip through the rotation before we see him called up, because he might need another start. Yeah, his third rehab start was not good. Where is it? Where are the numbers? Yeah, they're saying here he'll probably need 2 more rehab starts. I think he would have only needed 1 more if things went well for him this last start, but they did not. And it looks like, looking like it's going to be closer to the 3rd week of the month here to see Bradish get on the hill for us. So a couple more trips through the rotation as it is. Who do we got? Rogers, Kremer, Sagano, Young, and who am I forgetting? Povich. That's the only 5 guys we got. I hope they can stay healthy until we get somebody else up here. We are spread quite thin, folks. We are spread thin. Oh, Charm City chat. By gum, I forgot. I'm not going to get to everybody in time before this inning starts, but Pocket Watch is here. Matt, Froggy, Danjo, who I believed went over and hooked up JJ with a super chat, if I'm not mistaken, last night. Thanks, Danjo, for doing that. Travis, Warren is here. Says he can't stay late. Got to work mad early tomorrow. Quick like for BW. Thanks, Warren. JJ stopped in. We both left messages for each other, wishing each other a good call. Janet is here. Dean Kremer's about to throw his first pitch of the ball game, folks. Chilo saying, hey. Edward, how you doing, buddy? George is back. All the friends. Bam 6956. First pitch from Dean Kremer is called a strike, and that, again, is 2 inches outside. I mean, exploit it. Keep going there. We're getting 2 inches off the outside. 1 pitch into Kremer's night. Goes back to the outside corner, and a cutter is fouled away by Trey Turner. Turner's batting .281. Chawa is here. George, did I get you already? I now I've completely forgotten who I've already said. Patrick. Oh, Patrick O'Malley. Top of the morning to ya. That ball's lifted to left. Cows are heading back. He's on the track. He makes the catch. Turner hits it about 365 feet to left as Cowser makes the catch in front of the 374-foot sign in left center field. First out of the game for Kremer. And let's see. Did I get everybody? I hope so. Slater, Kurt M., Frank Baker. I think I'm caught up. Here's Kyle Schwarber. 1 out, nobody on. I don't mind if you walk him. And Kremer starts him off with a curveball in there for a strike. Kremer shows no fear. There's never Grayson. Oh, boy. Grayson Rodriguez making another appearance on foul territory today. The YouTube channel that I would not recommend that features AJ Pierzynski and crew as they give you their hot takes and try to get you to get addicted to sports gambling with the most ridiculous amount of betting ads and plugs I've ever seen on any baseball channel out there. Anywho, 1-2 the count on Schwarber. Swing and a miss. Dean Kremer strikes out the mighty Kyle Schwarber.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right. Grayson will be 2027 at best. Patrick, you know it's not Tommy John, right? He's not going to be out all next year. I mean, he could be, but not based on the procedure that he's getting. The timetable for that is way shorter than a recovery time for a Tommy John procedure. It's, what the hell is it called? What the hell is it called? Help me out here. What's the word for this procedure? Embolism? Debridement. Thank you. I don't know why I had something with an E in it. Thank you, Janet. Elbow debridement surgery. It's an arthroscopic procedure. They get in there with that little arthroscopic little tiny device. They wiggle in there and they remove a little bit of gunk around that elbow joint. Just go in there. It's like taking the, when you go to the gas station and you pull your car up to that vacuum, you pop in a couple of quarters and then you just turn on that hose and you shove it into your car and just try to get all the little pieces of crap stuck in and around the baseboards and floor of your car. Yeah, it's just like that. They're going to get all the crud out of Grayson's elbow. 3-1 the count on Bryce Harper, folks. 2 down, nobody on, and that pitch is fouled back. Full count. I apologize for not giving you every pitch of this Bryce Harper at bat. Sometimes with dangerous hitters, I just want to hurry up and watch the at bat end. Here comes the 3-2 to Bryce, and he fouls it back. Harper's hitting .270. That is not good. Those have had issues recovering. Well, that wouldn't surprise me either. Oh boy. Payoff pitch again. Swing and a miss, Dean Kremer. Do you have it in you tonight? We need it. We need you to go 7 innings, my friend, maybe more. And we need to score you some runs. Dean Kremer strikes out Schwarber and Harper back-to-back to end the inning. 1, 2, 3. Folks.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right. Take that, JJ Crew. Hey, we gotta flex while we can. We gotta flex while the flexing is good. So Charlie Morton's already had a start for the Tigers, huh? Bad news. Mullins was traded for the Mets. And Liriano and O'Hearn moved to San Diego. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate the 5-day-old update. We're all caught up. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
I mean, I know myself personally, my head's been buried under a rock since last Thursday. But now we know. Mullins apparently, I was wondering why he wasn't in the lineup tonight. I'm looking and I'm like, damn, I haven't seen Mullins in the lineup for a hot minute. What else you got there, Frank? Did we trade Eddie Murray to the Dodgers? Are you kidding me? What? What do you mean we traded Pete Harnish, Kurt Schilling, and Steve Finley to the Astros for Glenn Davis? What? Wait, you mean we sent Milt Pappas to the Reds for Frank Robinson? Holy cow. Why didn't I hear about it? Tyler O'Neill with a comebacker on a 1-0 pitch to Walker, and O'Neill will be retired. One away, top of the second on a comebacker to the pitcher.
Ahoy there! Anybody home?
Frank, any other updates? Have we landed on the moon yet? All right. Here's Colton Cowser. Takes a sinker right down the middle. We got to move on from Popeye and go straight to the cows, folks. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2 on Cowser. All I want to do is see Cowser put the ball in play right now. It's the only way he's going to get out of this funk. Just start making contact, and then the hits will come. Takes a curveball in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Folks, another update. This one's kind of sad. Unfortunately, the SS Titanic reportedly has sunk about 400 miles off the coast of Greenland on its route from London to New York overnight. Thoughts and prayers for those involved. The Titanic, once again, just getting this over the wire right now. This is bad news. And Cowser strikes out on a splitter. Cowser keeps striking out. 2 down. Folks, just want to draw your attention to the tech corner of the world. Brand new invention out there. No, it's not some other AI-inspired piece of technology. No, we've come up with this thing called the wheel. Yes, it's a rounded object that allows to transport things a whole lot easier. Remember when we were using those square things that just kept flopping when we would... I'll shut up. I think the joke has probably run its course. Jeremiah Jackson has an 0-2 count with 2 out, nobody on. Pitch is low and away. Good evening. Good evening. That's right, folks. The North have won the war. Helen of Troy was kidnapped. Here's a ground ball to the left side. Sosa gets a glove on it. It gets past him, though. Turner backing him up. Fields it, but no time to get a throw off. It should go down as an infield hit for Jeremiah Jackson. All right. Oh, I forgot.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Let's get wet. Kobe Mayo coming up.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
Called a strike. Another pitch to a right-hander outside by an inch. And the ump says it's a strike. I mean, I'll give the ump this. He continues to call that pitch, so you got to adjust. That plate is wider than it should be, but that's the deal. Swing and a miss on a cutter that dipped below the zone. It's 0-2 on Mayo. The 0-2. Low and away. Low, low, low. Low, low, low. Come on, Mayo. Come on, bud. 1-2 pitch from Walker. He's holding the ball a long time, and now the ump grants Mayo time. Mayo was tired of waiting. I don't blame him. I was tired of waiting. And that's with a pitch clock. Mayo back in the box. 2 out, runner at first. A 1-2 count. The pitch is up and away. 2-2 on Mayo.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
Might be time to get that scoreboard up. What do you say? Stop staring at me. Check on the runner. He's back. There we go. Is it caught up? Looks like it needs time to catch up. Another check on the runner, and we got nailed again. There you go, Jeremiah. Welcome to the ball game. Welcome to the team. Welcome to... Just welcome. Another Oriole picked off. Another Oriole picked off. It wasn't even close. Not even close. That glove was applied to the rib cage before the hand was even within view of the base. I mean, just nailed easily. Easily. Unbelievable. Sorry, folks. It looks like the scoreboard is just cycling through all of the activities that have happened, and then it'll probably eventually catch up to where we are. So just let it do its thing. We got no score going into the bottom of the second inning. You like that one, Janet? You like watching us get picked off on average about twice a week? Maybe 3 times a week at this stage?
What was that? It was bad. It had nothing, no fire, no energy, no nothing.
So it's not the best option, but it just is what it is.
What was that? It was bad. It had nothing, no fire, no energy, no nothing.
So it's not the best option, but it just is what it is.
It is what it is, folks. It is what it is. If you're wondering why Dylan Beavers isn't up with the team right now, I got like 5 simple words for you. It is what it is. I met a really fine gentleman on Twitter earlier today. Just, your typical, well-behaved Twitter person. And he was kind enough to give me a lesson on why Dylan Beavers is not being called up and why we have accommodated Jeremiah Jackson to basically just instantly become an everyday player, seemingly jumping a lot of other prospects that were probably more deserving to get a crack at regular playing time first. I don't know. Anyway, we're in the bottom of the second inning. JT Realmuto takes ball 1. Kremer's next pitch hits the outside edge. Keep hitting that outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. Realmuto's hitting .268. I think this is his final year under contract with the Phillies. He's been here a while, and he's no spring chicken. Multi-time All-Star. Yeah, 8:15 would be the service time manipulation date, which again I think is just the silliest thing to do for somebody like Beavers. Now, here's the deal. If the Orioles called up somebody like Judd Fabian, then I wouldn't be so adamant about why aren't you calling up Beavers. But it's not so much that Beavers is ready for it, and I'm like, what are we waiting for? It's the fact that he plays a position that we clearly have a lack of bodies for. We need an outfielder. So fine, you're telling me we want to manipulate the service time for the 2 to 3% chance that he might become Rookie of the Year next year and we get an extra compensation draft pick out of it? If you're willing to allow a guy like Jeremiah Jackson to play out of position and make this team look Bush League while he drops routine fly balls and has grounders going through his legs all the way to the ivy, in order for that 2 to 3% chance. By the way, Dylan Beavers has to be considered a top 100 prospect by 2 of the 3 baseball centers that determine the prospects. Here's a ground ball up the middle. It looks like a broken bat for Castellanos. It's a base hit. A 1-out single for Castellanos. By the way, Real Muto was retired. I apologize. On a line out to center field. But here's the deal. Dylan Beavers, as of right now, and the prospect rankings are only updated twice a year. Once is right after the draft, and one more time again going into the spring. We just had an update. Beavers is not currently a top 100 prospect. You need to be a top 100 prospect in order for that compensation pick, if that player were to win Rookie of the Year. That's the only way you get that. Everybody following me? So we're manipulating service time for the hope that Dylan Beavers qualifies for a prospect performance. What do you call it? What's it? PPI? The initiative, or what the hell is the phrase? It's just so silly, folks. Just call the guy up. Call him up already. Did we just balk? What happened? Oh, Kremer slipped off the mound, then that will be a balk. That sucks. Hopefully Kremer didn't injure himself. So runner at second base now with 1 out. Castellanos at second. 0-1 pitch to Marsh is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Orioles could have gotten out of the inning with a double play ground ball. That is no longer in effect. 1-1 pitch to Marsh. That one's crushed to right. If it's fair, it's gone. And it's a foul ball by about 10 feet. Marsh a little bit out in front of that pitch, and we are very fortunate that that is the case. So yeah, 3 innings for Bradish in his last rehab start. He gave up 7 runs, 6 hits, and 1 walk. So probably going to be an additional rehab start for Bradish and bump him up another 5 to 7 days in terms of when he's going to make his Oriole 2025 debut. 2-2 on Marsh. 1 out, runner at second base. That ball's crushed to right. O'Neill will have to play it off the wall. Castellanos will round third and score. It'll be an RBI double for Brandon Marsh. 1-0 Phillies in the bottom of the second. All right. I do believe we fell behind 1-0 last night, then got back a 3-1 lead on 2 homers, and then they tied it up 3 apiece with a 2-run homer. Let's just get out of this inning with the 1 run. Max Kepler is at the plate. Left-handed batter, left out of the starting lineup last night, did get in a pinch hit appearance. He's only hitting an even 200. 11 homers, 34 driven in. Got a count of 0-1 right now. Make it 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball outside from Kremer. Runners in scoring position. Kepler is way worse. A $141 average. Ouch. Let's keep that average down. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good splitter from Kremer. You could see Kepler was a little too excited to swing at a pitch that came in a little slower than he thought it would. He's got a count of 1-2. Kremer's already built up a layer of sweat out there. Again, the temperature is only in the low 80s. It's about 15 degrees cooler than it's been in Baltimore the last homestand, or down in Tampa a couple of weeks ago, where it was pretty nasty. But I'm sure the humidity is playing a role. 2-2 to Kepler. Hit in the air to right. Going back is O'Neill. He's looking up. He's at the wall, and it is gone. 2 home runs given up by Kremer in the inning. This one a 2-run shot, and it's 3-0 Phillies. Just like that. Twelfth home run of the season for Kepler. Just 100 miles an hour flat off the bat. Not the hardest hit home run you'll ever see. Just made it into the first row there above the wall and right. Edmundo Sosa takes low and away. Kremer missed badly on that first pitch. Please tell me someone didn't type in home run before I called it. If they did, they're banned. This pitch is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Ramen Noodles Head is not in the lineup to start the game there, Janet. See, now I'm left wondering what brand of ramen did I think was the ramen brand? Because there's a packaging that when I see it with other ramen noodles in a grocery aisle, I instantly recognize it as the ramen brand of ramen noodles. I don't know why, but for 40-something years, I just was under that impression. It's the same thing like with Band-Aids, folks. Like, nobody ever says, hey, I just cut myself. Could you go grab me an adhesive bandage? No. You say, go grab me a Band-Aid. You go with the brand more than the actual name of the thing. That's a strikeout of Sosa. 2 down here in the bottom of the second.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Rodney, it might be top ramen. I don't think it's Oodles and Noodles. I remember that one. That's too silly of a name to be like the brand. I think it's Top Ramen. I think Rodney's got it. I need to look at the packaging. I'll change the hot dog race to a ramen noodle race. Bryson Stott lifts one to shallow right center. O'Neill will not be able to get to it. Neither will Carlson. It drops in between them for a 2-out single. This inning will continue, and now the lineup flips over. Trey Turner coming up. Oh, it's the real Mike Elias, everybody. Everybody, welcome in the real Mike Elias. Thank you, Mike, for all the work you've done here the past year or so.
Oh, boy, is this great!
By the way, if you are indeed the real Mike Elias, would you mind just standing still there for just a sec? Folks, grab real Mike Elias by the legs. Hold him down, real quick.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my eyes!
Yeah. Yeah, and one more extra bag for signing Eloy Jimenez last trade deadline.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes!
And maybe one more for trading away the entire bullpen and leaving us with nothing so that in every close game for the last 2 months, we're going to just blow it. Thanks for that too, Mike.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes! Ah!
2 down, runner at first. 0-1 pitch to Trey Turner. First, a check on the runner. Check on the runner. So, your answer for getting a frontline starter after 2 seasons of averaging 96 wins and trying to get the team deeper in the playoffs was to acquire Charlie Morton and Tomoyuki Sagano?
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes! Ah!
Sorry about that. Pitch from Kremer, swung on a miss. A bad swing from Turner. He regretted it before he was done doing it. Sounds like me with the last girlfriend I had. 1-2 on Turner. Hit on the ground. Big bounce to third. Westberg goes the short way, and they're safe. We try to get a force with 2 down at second, and it did not work. Good grief. I guess Westberg should have thrown to first. Well, McDonald says you're not going to get Turner at first. But I watched Gunnar make a diving play in the hole, pop up and throw out Turner yesterday. Are you sure? I don't know if I agree with Ben on that one. 2 down, 2 on for Kyle frickin' Schwarber. Put him in the Iron Maiden. Excellent. Schwarber takes low for ball 1. Don't show me. Okay. I thought they were about to show last night's Schwarber highlights. Like, are you kidding me? I'm watching Masson for a reason. Kremer did strike out Schwarber his first time up. The 1-0 pitch is upstairs 2-0. The difference first time up was there was nobody on base and not a whole lot of pressure on Kremer. Now he's down 3 runs and he's got 2 men on base. And that means pressure, which can only benefit Schwarber. Got a 2-0 count here. That one is in there for a strike. Another big crowd here at Citizens Bank Park. Say what you want about Philly fans, but they do show up. 2-1 pitch. Hit on the ground, foul, first base side. Ball girl with a nice, well, she bobbled it. But she's got long blonde hair, so I'll let it pass. Two balls, 2 strikes. By the way, she's of age. Don't come at me. 2-2 pitch to Schwarber. Foul back. It's still 2-2. Billy says, hello, viewers. There are more than 100 people here, and there are only 62 likes. The Orioles Birdwatcher wants more likes. I do, and it is very helpful. It is. Help this man. Yes, I concur. 2-2 to Schwarber. Low. Full count, and with 2 outs, runners at first and second will be taking off as soon as Kremer goes into his delivery here. Big moment in the ball game. We're already down 3. We can't really afford for it to get worse. That is ball 4. Bases will be loaded for Bryce Harper. All right, Matt is suggesting a trade. Our bat boy for Trevor Bauer. I don't think the team in Japan that Bauer is on, or at least was on, is going to consider that a fair trade. They are going to say, look, he's really only worth 2 baseballs. We don't need the whole bag. Just give us 2. 1 can be used, like a used batting practice ball. 1 fresh out of the box. Harper struck out facing Kremer his first time up. We could sure use it here. Bases loaded, 2 down. Phillies up 3-zip. A big hit here, and I guess we're going to start talking about 80s sitcom theme songs for the next couple of hours. Don't worry, I got Mr. Belvedere ready to go. First pitch to Harper. What took so long for this to happen? Harper goes out to right center field. O'Neill is calling off Carlson, but Carlson is the one that makes the catch. All right, well, we made the catch. Harper leaves the bases loaded. You know that pisses him off. That's probably the best you can get out of this inning, is that Bryce Harper is not happy right now. We're not too happy either, as the Phillies score 3 times on a double by Brandon Marsh and a 2-run homer by Max Kepler. We go to the third inning, Philly up 3-0. They have now outscored us 16-3 so far in this series. That's only 1 game plus 2 innings old. Oof. Real Mike Elias says, I think I got a few laughs out of Charm City chat. I'll go back to my normal profile. I'm a regular viewer. Can you guess who I really am? I don't know if anybody cares to. Does anybody care to guess who the real Mike Elias really is? Dum, dum, dum. I don't know. Does he talk like this?
Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry.
Is that a good clue?
Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry.
No, not him. All right, we'll try to figure it out. I'm gonna meanwhile set myself up to enjoy a lucky. So I'll be back on here. Uno momento. Thanks. First pitch, top of the third, is a strike to Kobe Mayo.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
Chilo was posing as real Mike Elias. Really? 1-1 to Mayo, foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hey, what happened to the damn... Oh, there you are. 1-2 on Mayo, leading off the top of the third. Oh, you're fine. You had me fooled. I thought your name was real Mike Elias. There's a ground ball stopped by a diving Sosa. He gets up and throws Mayo out. Edmundo Sosa not only robs a hit, he probably robbed a double. That ball ticketed down the left field line. Sosa stops it. Mayo is out. Dylan.
Dylan, your son?
Fastball outside to Carlson, who's hitting just .201 at the moment. 4 homers, 15 RBI. That pitch outside, 2-0. A loaded English muffin sandwich. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable asking what makes an English muffin sandwich a loaded one. Popped up on the infield. The pitcher gets out of the way. Stott, the second baseman, will make the catch. Back to the top of the order, Jackson Holliday. Taijuan Walker has faced only one batter over the minimum so far. Jackson Holliday, first pitch to him is a curveball in there for a strike. A sandwich. Don't you hate it when you have to correct a word that's already purposefully spelled incorrectly? Damn it, I misspelled a non-existent word wrong. Yes, a sandwich. 1-1 Holiday, swing and a miss, splitter, drop below the zone. Boy. Folks, if you need to feel better, just go watch the Yankees these days. I've gotten some good therapy out of it. Yankees now desperately trying to hold on to third place in the East. Here's a ground ball to second. Stott will handle it, and this inning is over. The Orioles are not doing enough against the likes of Taijuan Walker. No runs on 2 hits. We go to the bottom of the third. Phillies 3, Orioles nothing. Adam Jones is set to be inducted in fame on Saturday, folks. AJ 10 in the HOF. Congratulations, AJ. You deserve it. And I hope to see a gentleman of your ilk, another Oriole center fielder who patrolled center field for several seasons, including some bad years and some good ones. A story much like yours, Adam. Now, he came up through our organization. We didn't trade Eric. Oh, by the way, Frank Baker, breaking news. We trade Eric Bedard to the Mariners for Adam Jones and some other guys. But yeah, Ced Mullins, folks. Start your watches. Ced Mullins will be an Oriole Hall of Famer one day. I feel he deserves it. Too many highlights. Too many highlights to ignore from Cedric Mullins. He had a 30-30 season in there. Not having a gold glove. I know he doesn't have the strongest arm. But I still think he should at least get one gold glove before his career is over. Not going to be easy in the National League if he stays there after the end of this season. Pete Crow Armstrong is looking like he's going to have a stranglehold on that honor for the next decade plus. But, man, I miss Ced. I miss Ced. Bottom of the third inning. Kremer has thrown 50 pitches to get to the first 2. 5 hits given up in the first 2 innings. And the first pitch here is a curveball in the dirt to Real Muto. Andrea has returned again, folks. Everybody is required to acknowledge Andrea for once again hooking up another Lucky Magic member out there, Nick K. Thanks so much, Andrea. Don't worry, the season's almost over.
And I want to thank you very much for that.
Here's a little soft liner right back to Kremer. Just moves his glove over a few inches and catches the liner right back at him. One down in the bottom of the third. Kremer says, look what I got. Nick Castellanos, the batter. He gets a cutter and fouls it away. Thanks again to Andrea.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
Who I should say, if you're listening, Andrea, I did see your Discord message, and I have failed to reply to it. Here's a barehanded pickup by Gunnar as the ball gets past the pitcher, and Gunnar with a nice play. He will retire Castellanos. Charging in on this ball. Barehand pickup. Got him by a full stride. So, yeah, I will reply to you, Andrea. I do apologize. It was a situation where I was like, okay, but I can't quite take the time to reply right now. And then I had probably time this morning before going on the air, and then I just plain forgot. But I promise I will reply quickly. I don't like the feeling of guilt hanging over me. It's like debt. I don't like having debt, and I don't like having guilt. I can proudly say I'm debt-free. I can't say I'm guilt-free, but I try to limit it as much as I can. All right, we got a 2-0 count on Brandon Marsh. 2 down, nobody on, bottom of the third. Marsh looks like he was just found on North Sentinel Island after being, he looks like he's been spending the last 10 years on an island with a volleyball. 3-0 on Marsh. There's a called strike. 3-1. BW and the Hat are the only guys that have entered the chat. Wait, what does this say? Swing and a miss. Full count on Marsh. Are the only guys that had entered the chat in ways we didn't actually see unless we were losing the game. I'm lost. Not possible. North Sentinel Island is non-contact. That was the joke, KPK. That was the joke. Why would I pick the one island that is notoriously known? Because KPK, you think you're the only one that knows about the island. Why would you think I would just name that island randomly unless there was something about it, which happens to be that basically is completely off limits to the rest of the world? Don't go there, everybody. Okay? By the way, the inning is over. God, I thought I made a clever reference, and now I'm being told the reality of North Sentinel Island. All right. Thanks, KPK. Thanks for giving me the benefit of the doubt that I was joking instead of making a false statement. Folks, I already had my run-in with somebody on Twitter today. I just, I got to be honest, I'm kind of looking forward after this season to go back into hibernation for a while, folks. Believe it or not, I'm really not the kind of person that likes to talk for 3 hours a day. If I were to add up all of the speaking that I do when I'm not streaming here during the months of March through September, all of the talking that I do would probably fit into 1 3-hour ball game. I'm not even kidding. Like maybe 1 to 3 minutes of speech a day outside of this microphone. That's it. I need a break. Top of the 4th. And first pitch swinging. It's a soft liner to second base on 1 bounce. And wow, what a play there by Bryson Stott. Jordan Westberg just got robbed of a hit. Swung at the first pitch. Tried to go opposite field again, this time on the ground. Stott had to go far to his left into the outfield grass and make a spin throw off balance, a bounce throw to first handled by Harper. And they just got Westberg. Damn. Here's Gunnar Henderson.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
He's behind 0-1, and now it's a ball and a strike. Pitch in the dirt from Walker. Next offering, swung on and fouled off to the right. We've had some breaking news come into the chat tonight, folks. Lots of breaking news. Fresh off the wire. Here's a chopper that will go foul along the first base line. Folks, I'm excited to announce that Jonas Salk has developed a vaccine for polio. So we'll be able to nip that in the bud real quick. 2-2 the count on Gunnar Henderson. He reaches for one and hits it right back to the pitcher, Walker. He throws a lob over to first, and Gunnar is out. 2 down. We haven't done anything off this guy. Hits from Westberg and an infield hit from Jackson, which was erased when he was picked off. So you know what? We got 2 hits, but really, we've only got 1. The other one got erased. And I wouldn't say it was erased if it was like a double play, but if you're going to get a base hit and then get picked off at first, he didn't really get a hit. 1-0 pitch to Adley is in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. This ball's hit to left. It'll drop in front of Max Kepler for a 2-out single. Rutschman with his first hit of the night. Tyler O'Neill will come up next. Oh, crap. Folks, this just in. Corbin Burns is no longer with the team. Folks, get those Popeyes up in the chat.
Ahoy there! Anybody home?
We sure could use a 2-run bomb to get right back in this game off of Walker. First pitch, strike.
Ahoy there! Anybody home?
Rutschman at first with 2 down. 0-1 pitch. Had the plate, but a little bit low. Hi, Skibidi-skah. We better hurry up and get back in the ball game before we go to the bullpen. O'Neill pops it up on the infield. Sosa and Turner next to each other. Turner will make the catch, and the inning is over. So a 2-out single by Rutschman goes nowhere. We're going to the bottom of the fourth. The Phillies still lead it 3-0. Well, blow me down. And if that's asking too much, then just blow me.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
See, that would be an example of allowable sex talk. You see, that's where that works.
Where's your from?
Baltimore.
What?
Baltimore.
Baltimore? What's that?
Look, it doesn't really matter, all right?
Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Yes, he is, Edward. I talked about it in the pregame. Unlike Luzardo, who we did homer off twice last night, who was only averaging 1 home run per 12 innings. Not the case with Taijuan Walker. He's pitched 50 less innings than Kremer, but the home runs are nearly the same. And Kremer has already been touched up tonight by Max Kepler. So, yeah, we're kind of due to get a 1 home run off this guy. Somebody barrel this guy up once. Skibidi-skah. Looks like the Orioles are planning another giveaway. Maybe they'll finally get an attendance over 20,000. Fan attendance is sinking like a stone. All right. Line drive down the right field line. It's an extra base hit for Max Kepler. Did I say left field line? If I did, I meant right field line. I might have said right field line. I'm unsure. It's a double down the right field line. The 15th double for Kepler on the season. Leading off the bottom of the fourth. After 25 years abstaining, my girlfriend let me lick her. And now her boyfriend can, and it was because of me. Hey, Book Doc, we all got something to put in our trophy cabinet, right? Sosa with a swing and a miss. He homered last night. 6 home runs off of Oriole pitching. 4 out of the bullpen last night. Here's a cutter from Kremer to get a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Bottom of the fourth, 3-0 Phillies. The 0-2. Oh, Popeye. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, Popeye. Why Popeye did everything he could to get olive oil, I'll never know. How do you put up with a voice like that? That would drive me bananas. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Kremer strikes out Sosa. 1 down in the fourth. Yeah, Edward, I caught it the first time. Aaron Nola's out. Walker has been in and out of this Phillies rotation now for the past few years. He's kind of the number 6 guy. He gets his fair amount of starts every season, but if everybody's healthy, he's not starting. I gotcha. He was a seaman. He was a seaman. Boone's Farm. Who's drinking that nonsense? That stuff will kill you. Bryson Stott with an 0-1 count. Up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Up, up, up and away. Well, we get to play the Blue Jays 13 times in a season, Slater. The Phillies only play us 3 times. Oh, boy. That ball's hit to right. O'Neill's backing up. He's at the wall. He leaps. It's off the very top of the wall. That ball very nearly got out of here. It caroms very far away. We can't even pick up the ball. By the time we do, it's a triple for Bryson Stott. 4-0 Phillies. Nope. Sorry, KPK. This just came over the news feed. Steve Carlton has just announced his retirement. So, no, he will not be pitching for Philly from this moment forward. Third triple of the season for Stott with only 1 out. And him now 90 feet away. A chance for Turner to drive him in without the benefit of a hit. He fouls the first pitch from Kremer away. Man, oh man, how long are these last 2 months of this season going to be? I think we might have to check in with JJ at some point. I was hoping we can do it while the game felt competitive. I guess we should have gone over there super early. 0-2 now on Turner. The infield is up. Right on the lip of the infield grass there. Trying to cut the runner down at third if he breaks for the plate. 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No. One and two. Nobody told me Diddy was moonlighting as the Philly freak. The 1-2 pitch popped up on the infield. First base side. Holiday is going to take charge and make the catch. 2 away in the inning. That's a big out. It does keep that runner at third base where he is. I don't know. What do you want from me? You come up with a baby oil reference joke, Axminster. What do you want? What was the number 2 reference? I don't want a Jay Leno level joke. I want like a late show level joke, like one of those 2 a.m. night talk shows. All right, you guys are getting weird in the chat. Freak City chat is in rare form tonight, folks. 0-1 pitch to Schwarber at the plate. Ground ball to Holiday. He is shifted far over toward first base, and the ball's hit right to him. Schwarber will be thrown out, and the inning is over. But the Phillies, they add on another run on a RBI triple by Bryson Stott at the end of 4. It's 4-0 Phillies. All right, I better have another lucky now. I forgot to close the door, but let's just have another one and then close the door. Close the door. Close the door.
Close the door.
I mean, if anybody would care to attempt to, I don't know, explain this last comment, I'm a little bit, maybe it's my history, like my mythological history. I don't. Is this something to do with like mythology? I don't know. I got nothing, folks. I got nothing but a timer over here that will go off whenever Dylan Beavers gets called up. That's all I got going on. Larry Bigby. Boy, there's a name I haven't heard in a hot minute. Larry Bigby will be signing autographs along with Mike Devereaux and Calvin Maduro. And I would have told you when and where, but the promo is already off the screen. But they will be doing it. Folks, get those cows up. Colton Cowser takes a curveball low. Come on, we need a rally. Give us something to get excited about, please. Pitch off the plate, 2-0. Might be Cowser's best chance of reaching base. Just 4 wide ones. Get him on. He takes a high strike. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a ground ball, just fouled down the first base line, 2-2. Romanian bowling type game. Are you talking about bocce? You talking about lawn bowling, bocce ball? Italiano style? Bocce is Italian for kiss. Right? You got to make that ball kiss the other guy's ball. Here's a ground ball off the legs of the pitcher. A caroms to second base. And wouldn't you know it, Colton Cowser is out. I mean, that ball deflected right into the second baseman's glove. Between the deflection, slowing the ball down, and the fact that it went right to the one part of the infield where they could get Cowser out. I mean, he can't buy a hit right now. Jeremiah Jackson. Grounded third base side foul. Jackson, a base hit his first time up. Infield single. Problem was picked off at first base. I don't know if... Oh, yeah, we did have a Rutschman single since then. That's been the only other base runner since. Called a strike. It's 0-2 on Jackson. Jeremiah, that is. All right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Down goes Jeremiah.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Jeremiah's not a right fielder. Don't. But we tried it anyway. Don't. I'll never understand what Elias was thinking. But I'll let him have his say. And he always has a terrible say. I said, pain to the O's. All those O's on the board. Hey, there's a line drive base hit. Kobe Mayo to right field. A 2-out single. Man, what's with these 2-out singles? We need a rally to start sooner than this. 2 out in the 5th. Mayo is on at first base. Uh-oh. Oh, There it is. Right there. Dylan Carlson up with 2 down. Popped out his only other time up. He takes a called strike. More breaking news. Book Doc Laureano got traded about 5 or 6 days ago. Along with about 8 other guys. Pitch is up and in. On Carlson, 1 ball, 1 strike. 66 pitches from Walker with 2 out in the 5th. Swing and a miss. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. I heard a terrible joke from Buck Showalter since last night's ball game, watching some footage of him on MLB Network talking about rules of the game, some of the weird rules out there. He said, you know, one time there was this minor league game, and the home team mascot was a pig, and they actually had like a pot-bellied pig that would get dressed up, and he would come out onto the field in the ball game and this and that. Well, imagine this. You're in the 9th inning. The bases are loaded, 2 down. The team at the plate is down a run, and a ball gets hit into left field, and the pig, who apparently had broken out of his pen, ran out and picked up the ball and ran away with it. Now, how do you think the umpires scored that? As Carlson strikes out to end the top of the 5th. How do you think the umpire would score that, folks, if a pig broke out in the middle of a live play, picked up the ball, and ran away with it? You know what they call that? According to Buck Showalter, it's called an inside the pork home run. Yes, he told that joke. Just to repeat the punchline, inside the pork home run. Get it? All right. If there's such a thing as a dad joke, that was a great-great-great-great-great-grandfather joke. I'll be right back. That joke might be inscribed in Sanskrit on a pyramid in Egypt. Holy cow. Hey, folks, it's 98 Rock Night at Oriole Park. Friday, August 8th against the A's. Lower level tickets are going for just $15. Rock out with your smock out if you happen to be wearing a smock. All right, bottom of the 5th. Bryce Harper takes upstairs for ball 1. 4-0 Phillies. Harper is 0 for 2. Struck out, flied out. Okay, Book Doc is taking the sex humor to a brand new level. Hey, look, my complexion is starting to change. What happens if I do this? And then, all right, we'll go with that. 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air and slicing foul out of play. Extra crabs on August 8th. Why wait that long, folks? I can tell you a neighborhood or two to go to. You can get yourself some crabs tonight. if you know what I mean. Why wait a couple of days? This pitch. Boy. It's a 1-2 count on Harper. He fouled it away. It's 80th pitch coming up from Kremer right now. Hit on the ground. Gunnar is way over on the second base side of the bag to field it and throws Harper out. One down in the fifth. I just love that Buck Showalter is a tough as nails kind of a dude. The guy eats baseballs for breakfast. Doesn't take any guff from anybody, but he's got jokes like that. Oh, boy. You got to love it. JT Real Muto is 0 for 2. First pitch to him is ball 1. Breaking ball off the plate outside. I don't think that's a cutter? Okay. Dino's cutter doesn't move like the cutters I'm used to. They kind of go almost straight down. More diagonal than horizontal on the movement. 2-0 the count now. Oh, I'm sorry, 2-1. That's a called strike. Oh, Dino. This ball's going to be dropped into center field for a base hit. 1 out single for Real Muto. All you can scratch grabs. Now, wait a minute. I just fixed this thing. Why does it look like I just drank 2 gallons of vodka again? What happened? Make me look healthy, damn it. There. Am I healthy looking? Don't answer that. Where's the scoreboard anyway? Let's try to get this working. We got some catching up to do. All right, Castellanos at the plate. He takes ball 1. Not many in room tonight. Uh-oh. Not much I can do about it, Carl. I'm sure after a game like last night, some fans are wondering if we're ever going to win another game this season. I guess I'll take a peek. Wow. We are approaching the halfway point of the ball game. Oh, we are at the halfway point. Not even 1,000 views yet. It is, it's down a bit. Less than 100 people chilling here. Oh my, folks. And unlike last night, not a whole lot of chirping from the other channel or anything. Here's a ground ball to Gunnar. He goes to second for 1. Holiday to first. It's a double play. Castellanos hits into a twin killing to end the inning. On to the 6th. 4-0 Phillies about hit us 8-4. We're up to 81 likes, folks. Oh, it might be me. I'm making enemies every damn day. I don't know why. Oh, did somebody respond again? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, this guy's take. By the way, Dylan Carlson, who again is one of only 3 outfielders on the roster, Three guys at whose first position, anyway, is outfield. Here's what he's been doing. Since that last strikeout he just gave us, he is now 0 for his last 23 and 2 for 30 since rejoining the Orioles back on the 23rd of July. So we've got Cowser taking up one spot. He can't stop striking out. We got Carlson taking up a spot. He has not gotten a hit in his last 23 at-bats. And we've got Tyler O'Neill taking up a spot. He can't seem to stay healthy for more than 1 week straight. But you're telling me we should wait on Dylan Beavers. Okay. Makes sense to me. Philadelphia Beer Man is busy at work. Cold beer here. Cold beer. Ice cold beer. Look at that, folks. A packed ballpark. It's nice when you're contending. Top of the order for Baltimore. Holiday shows bunt and bunts it hard foul. Well, that did not work. Don't most guys wait for a beaver? Whoops, the wrong button. Ground ball by the second base bag. The shortstop playing right next to it. Turner will throw out Holiday for the first out in the top of the 6th. Moving, moving, moving. Keep this game a-moving. Boy, this team's not improving. Rawhide. The team was half sold off. We can't seem to hit the ball. I'm wondering if we'll ever win again. Jordan Westberg's got a 1-0 count. Next pitch inside, and that got a piece of him. That pitch grazed Westberg. He will take first base. All right, give us a free base runner with Gunnar up next. Cut him in, cut him in, cut him out. Gunnar. We've got a runner, and now we've got Gunnar. Can we make this any funner? Popped up for one pitch, left field, out number 2. Hey, boy. Taijuan Walker is about to pitch 6 shutout innings. Once again, we have figured out a way to make somebody in the back end of the team's rotation throw their best outing of the season against us. This is something that has happened more times than I care to count, but if I had to make a guess, somewhere in the neighborhood of 20? I mean, like 3 or 4 a month, 1 a week. Something in that neighborhood. Want to know the count on Adley Rutschman? We really know how to make an average pitcher look fantastic. That pitch is high. It's 2-0. Props to Axminster for phonetically typing out the theme song to Bonanza. Dun digga dun digga dun digga dun Bonanza. Dung digga dung digga dung 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 digga dung 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 dung. That's a lot of dung. Speaking of a lot of dung, 4-0 Phillies, top of the 6th. The 3-1 Rutschman. That ball is hit high in the air, but it's hooking foul all the way down the right field corner. Rutschman looks a little upset, a little bit let down that he couldn't wait a split second to keep that ball fair. Why aren't we bringing up the young players and getting them some experience? I don't get it. Well, Matt, there's really only one young player that we should be calling up right now that we haven't, and that's Beavers. Basayo is going to probably come up sometime between the 15th of August and the 1st of September. Westberg was off on this last pitch. Adley fouls it away. It's a full count. And with a 3-2 count, 2 down, that means Westberg will be running again until this at-bat is over. Payoff pitch. Fouled away. So, yeah, I'm not sure who else other than Basayo and Beavers you got your eyes on there, Matt, in terms of a call-up. But right now the Orioles are just trying to fill up the 40-man roster. They still have 2 open spots. They just added another waiver pickup today. Here's a ground ball to second base. Stott has been busy tonight. He will throw out Adley, and the inning is over. 6 shutout innings from Taijuan Walker. We've done it again. We have done it again. Yep, service time manipulation in a situation that to me is absurd when it comes to manipulating service time. Whether it's for an extra year of team control or if it's to qualify Beavers next year to still be a rookie and therefore be eligible to win Rookie of the Year, which would then grant the Orioles an additional draft pick. Which all of this happening, by the way, Beavers would have to be on the top 100 ranking prospect list. There's 3 lists out there. MLB Pipeline, Baseball America, and ESPN. A player has to appear on 2 of those 3 lists in the top 100. Dylan Beavers, and by the way, this list was just updated around the All-Star break following the draft with all those new drafted players incorporated into the new rankings. Dylan Beavers is not a top 100 overall prospect, which means even if we were to manipulate his service time, and if the roster or the final update on the prospect list next spring doesn't have him in the top 100, he wouldn't even qualify to get us a draft pick were he to win the Rookie of the Year. But then he has to also win Rookie of the Year. So we're talking about, in my estimation, and I swear I'm being optimistic, we have maybe a 3% chance of all that happening. And to me, a 3% chance to maybe get one extra draft pick and to hold Beavers down while we're sitting here with a depleted outfield. We clearly need another outfielder up here. And we're going to purposefully leave him down for that 3% chance. I'm sorry, but that is beyond the pale. I understand it with Basayo. Basayo, that's the other thing. Beavers may not even be the best rookie on the team next year. Never mind in all the league. If I had to put my money on a Rookie of the Year coming out of this team next year, it's Basayo. So if you want to manipulate his time, first of all, I understand it. He's 20 years old. Beavers is 23. Basayo has to catch. That's a much tougher position to get the kind of experience you want to get the call up to the bigs. The outfield, no offense, it's a lot easier to get a grip on playing. Beavers can just handle the outfield. All right? He may not be a Gold Glover, but he's ready. He's ready. Ryan Noda has entered the game to play right field. What happened to Tyler O'Neill? Are you telling me Tyler O'Neill is injured again? Here you go, folks. Here you go. Brandon Marsh, leading off the bottom of the sixth, has a 1-2 count. Dean Kremer is still out there. He's on 91 pitches. Tyler O'Neill out of the ball game for some reason. Now we got Ryan Noda out there. One-two pitch, and you're still telling me don't call up Beavers now that O'Neill is hurt again? Yeah, but they gave him an extra day off, and then they only DH'd him yesterday, Axminster, and he's in the lineup tonight. He just suddenly got the flu mid-game? Swing and a miss. Marsh strikes out. One out in the top, on the bottom of the sixth. Kremer's up to 93 pitches. Did I just see a raid? JJ Raid, says Janet. Hello, JJ. Where the hell are you, bud? Oh, I also missed I missed a lot of things. I'm too busy ranting. Welcome in JJ and family to the channel. I'm too busy ranting about my team. Maybe you're used to it with your Phillies from time to time. Congratulations on currently kicking our ass in this series. We're not having a lot of fun over here. PJ gifted a BirdWatcher membership. Max Kepler's at the plate, by the way. 0-1 count, and the pitch from Kremer is in the dirt. One out, nobody on. Bottom of the sixth. 4-0 Phillies. PJ gifted a BirdWatcher membership to Robert Prescott. I remember Robert. Where's he been? Thank you, PJ. Here's a check swing. It looks like he went around, and the home plate umpire says he did. No need to appeal it. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Kepler. He's 2 for 2 tonight, including a home run. I mean, it's such a rock and a hard place right now with this Oriole bullpen. You're now going to ask your starters to try to go deeper than usual because once you get into that pin, it's a crapshoot. You might get a few guys to string together some scoreless innings, but I got a feeling more often than not, we're going to need a lead of a few runs or better in the late innings in order to close a game out. This pitch is hit into left center field, into the gap. Chasing it down is Cowser. 2 down in the bottom of the sixth. 98 pitches for Kremer. Thanks for stopping by there, JJ and friends. And if you are still listening to the sound of my voice, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do it. If you've chatted, I know you have. But we'd love to get the subscriber count getting up there, folks. Here's Edmundo Sosa, 0 for 2. He's struck out both times. That first pitch from Kremer is low and away. Next pitch will be number 100 on the night. Inside, 2-0. Now, how do I get a font like Sports Roustabout? Swing and a foul ball. 2-1 on Sosa. Oh, his bat went flying over by the Oriole dugout. Here is the 2-1 pitch. Hit in the air to right. Long run for Noda. It's in foul ground out of reach. Still 2-2 on Sosa. Again, Ryan Noda has come into the game to play right field for Tyler O'Neill for reasons not yet known, at least to me. I'll keep an eye on the Twitter feed, but more problems with Tyler O'Neill, apparently. Wait a minute, we got a Rock Kabatko. Right wrist discomfort. There you go. Nothing to do with the flu, folks. Sosa strikes out, and Kremer has completed 6 innings. He's given up 4 runs. It's not been his best outing, but even if it had been, he's gotten 0 run support. We go to the 7th inning. It's 4-0 Phillies. So there you go, folks. Tyler O'Neill, once again, brand new problem. Right wrist discomfort. Hey, folks, not for nothing, but this is an injury. I'm an expert on this. Let me make sure this light is appropriate, folks. Right wrist. That's the right wrist. And right wrist discomfort, you want to know how you get that? Would you like to know how you get that? Oh, yeah, I had this same injury back when I was about 13 years old, maybe 14. Kept me out for weeks. I mean, I'm already starting to feel some residual pain. Ooh, maybe it's just the... Is that not family? No, I was using a shake weight. What are you guys talking about? Has no one here used a shake weight for exercise? No? All right, well, to each their own, I guess. But yeah, right wrist discomfort, folks. That's what I'm saying. You gotta make sure things are well oiled, you know? Yeah, you don't want to... It's also called carpal tunnel. Well, don't you get that more from doing this? Typity type. I think a woman might be more inclined for carpal tunnel than a guy. But I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert, folks. All right, we're in the top of the 7th. Orion Kerkering is on the pitch. Ryan Noda at the plate. Kerkering making his 47th appearance. His ERA 2.88, a 1.40 whip. Noda had asked for time as Kerkering had already delivered his next pitch. $0.17 a game, folks, and if there are extra innings, the price goes down. The 0-1 to Noda. That's a check swing, soft appeal. He didn't go. Kremer didn't even bother cutting over to the third base stump for a reaction. Noda once again coming over from the White Sox, but started his career with the A's. And that's a called strike 2. The thing I like about Ryan Noda is this guy, if given some playing time, he draws walks. He's a patient hitter. He drew 77 walks in his rookie season, taking a .229 batting average and lifting that up to a .364 on base, which is, I don't know, to give you a comp, Anthony Santander's on base last year was about .325. So we're talking 40 points higher. He gets on base. That's what he can do. Unfortunately, it's been nothing but decline in playing time and production for Noda the last couple of seasons. The White Sox have given up on him, and he's with us. And again, folks, I got a comp. He could be another Ryan O'Hearn in the making. He could be another Ryan O'Hearn in the making. 3-2 pitch, hit on the ground to second. A worm burner to Stott. Again, very busy tonight over there at second base. He makes the first out here in the top of the 7th. Not a chance, what, Rachel? I wrote on those famous Pittsburgh yellow bridges a dozen times. All right. Another news flash. Pittsburgh is smaller than New York City, folks. Noda can play corner outfield in a pinch, which he's doing right now. So, Rachel, Did you know Ryan O'Hearn would become Ryan O'Hearn when we picked him off of waivers from Kansas City 3 years ago? Did you know then about Ryan O'Hearn? I bet you didn't. Why are you willing to just immediately give up on the notion? And furthermore, why would I fill your head with that notion if I didn't have a decent reason with some facts to back it up why there is a possibility? Why are you just immediately poo-pooing the possibility? Please, I'd love to know. 2-2 the count on Cowser, because we did it with O'Hearn. I don't know if you remember how that worked. Cowser's got a full count, folks. Get some cows up in the chat if you're in the mood. We seem to have lost the ability to get... Frank, I would really like for my mods to be the ones to talk about the rules, okay? That's their job. You're not a mod, Frank. Right. Long night. Adam Jones bobblehead coming up on Saturday, folks. Get your mind off the team and get your mind on the giveaways. Jeremiah Jackson looks at strike one. 2 down, nobody on, top of the 7th. Grounded foul on the third base side. The count is 0-2.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Pitch. Swung on and missed. No, he got a piece. He's still alive. Jeremiah Jackson still with an 0-2 count. 2 down, nobody on, top of the 7th. And yep, we are moments away from stretch time in South Philly. And it's stretch time in South Philly. Jackson strikes out. Folks, we're going to the bottom of the 7th. The Orioles, 7 innings at the plate, have done jack squat. So maybe, like me, you might start feeling a little bit hungry for some runs. Well, if we can't get the runs, we can at least fill up on some carbs, right? How about we throw some cakes on the griddle? Get them cakes up in the chat, folks.
Thank God I'm a country boy. 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 Thank God I'm a country boy.
Whoa, Hutchins got an entire breakfast. Bacon, pancakes, beer. That's a Baltimore breakfast of champions.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
Folks, we are 4 likes away from 100, and that's about as far as I think we'll get. We got less than 100 people here. So we're going to need everybody to pitch in to get to triple digits, it would appear. If you've forgotten to hit the like button or you just got in here, go ahead and tap that thumbs up at the bottom of your screen. We're 4 away from 100. That is the bare minimum, folks. It's the bare necessities. It's those bare necessities. Bottom of the 7th. Holy cow. Now I'm starving. Now I'm starving. Bryson Stott's going to come up and lead it off for the Phillies. And then it's the top of the order, Turner and Schwarber. We have a lefty out here. It's Grant Wolfram in relief of Dean Kremer. The last run we scored, let me think. It was the 2-run homer, right? Gunnar had a 2-run. Oh, no, it was Westberg. 2-run homer by Gunnar, then a solo shot by Westberg. That was the last run. Westberg's solo homer yesterday, I think, what, 3rd inning? His 2nd time up to hit. Stott takes low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's another way to put it. Our last run came 2 Tyler O'Neill injuries ago. There's a bad wave at a pitch there by Stott. Didn't know what he was swinging at. It was 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rachel, I never got a response. I mean, why are you so adamantly refusing to acknowledge that, again, I wouldn't tell you this unless, I know what I'm talking about, Rachel. There's a swing and a miss on a slider. See you later.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right, Rachel, let me put it to you this way. Of all the waiver pickups we've been making for the past week, and we've made a lot of them, of all of them, if I had to choose one that might actually develop into a long-term player that could eventually do Ryan O'Hearn type things, again, we're talking about a guy who plays first base, corner outfield, left-handed bat, who was playing for a last-place team. He's still only in his 20s. It's not like he's over the hill. Keep an eye on him. That's all I'm saying. Look, the chances of him not working out are probably 90%. So it's very easy to say no way because he got a 90% chance of being right. But I'm talking about a 10% chance versus these other guys who have a less than 1% chance. It's a significant chance. In the grand scheme. Trey Turner has a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's 1 out and there's nobody on. And he fouls it away, still 1-2. Okay, Hutchins, I don't think we have to take up half the chat box with the emojis. We do it for the 7th inning stretch. You see how I'm getting testy, folks? We might have to cram the word lewd in there, Froggy. Thank you, Froggy. 2-2 pitch to Turner. Called strike 3. Wolfram gets Turner looking on a backdoor pitch. 2 down in the 7th. It might be a weird final 2 months here, Janet. Strap in. Or don't. There's no obligation. Kyle Schwarber is 0 for 2 tonight. Takes inside ball 1. Boy, this has been... We've now lost 4 out of 5. We're 1-3 since the trade deadline. It's looking like it's going to be 1-4 the way this is going. Can't seem to score. Can't seem to pitch unless it's the starter. And can't seem to put 9 guys in the outfield that are playing in positions that they belong in. Not fun to watch. But watching it with me makes it better, right, folks? This pitch fouled away. 1-2 on Schwarber. Janet's going to have to be put in timeout soon. Pitch low and away. 2-2 the count. Oh, I try. I try and I try. 2-2 pitch. Low and away. Full count on Schwarber. 2 down, nobody on. And I try. And I try. And I try. And I try. I can't get no. That's a base hit in the right. Schwarber gets his. Can't seem to keep this guy down for long, but if he's going to just get a single off of you, you got to feel okay with it. Single off the lefty for Schwarber. And a ball hit between first and second. Bryce Harper. First pitch to him is in the dirt. Harper has been held hitless so far tonight, 0 for 3. Even got him out at one point with the bases loaded early on. Takes high, it's 2-0. Folks, we'll be playing tomorrow early afternoon for the final game of this series. It'll be Trevor Rogers up against Ranger Suarez on the mound. A couple of lefties. Rogers is going to try to repeat what he has been doing now virtually every start this season, which is completely shut the other team down. Maybe give up one run. First pitch will be shortly after 12:30 p.m. We will start the stream at 12:20. Let everybody know. Harper pops it up on the infield. Third base, Westberg will make the catch, and the 7th inning is over. A 2-out single by Schwarber. That's it. Wolfram otherwise does okay here. We go to the 8th inning. Just need some sign that we're interested in scoring a run. We can score one run, then that would tell me that there's a chance to score more than one run. But I can't really foresee a 4-run comeback unless we get one stinking run on the board first. 6 outs left to play with. I don't know. Is it time to call him the Hat? The Hat. I know it's asking a lot of Orioles magic with the way this roster is looking these days, but what do you say? For old time's sake. You want to try one time? All right. All right. All right, folks. All right. Time to reach down the well and pull out the hat. Oh, I don't know if I've ever called upon the hat to deliver the kind of magic necessary to turn this game around, but in case of emergency, break glass. That's what I say. This is that time. Just show me some life, please. Matt Strom is on the pitch, left-hander for the Phillies. Folks, we're 2 likes away from 100. Please tap that like button if you haven't already. We're so close. The hat is here, but I don't think a comeback is really possible without hitting that 100-like threshold. We need to get there. One more will do it. Here's Kobe Mayo leading it off. Takes a high fastball in the zone for a called strike from Strom. Mayo is 1 for 2, a single in the 5th. We've hit 100 likes, folks. Thank you so much.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
Pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike on Mayo. There's an interesting comp. Swing and a miss. Mayo with a home run cut. But that fastball sizzled up there above the bat, top of the zone. Yermil Geraldo is getting loose in the Oriole pen. Oh, boy. Come on, Kobe. We need base runners, my friend. One-two pitch. Swung on and missed. Mayo down on strikes. 5 outs to play with. 4 runs down. Dylan Carlson, who's 0 for his last 23, is up to hit. First pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to center. Marsh is moving to his right, and he will make the catch before stepping onto the warning track. Carlson gave it a little bit of a ride, but nothing to show for it. We are down to 4 outs. Game screen is spoiling the game. I don't think this game can really be spoiled at this point, but I got you. We'll hang out over here. Look at my handsome mug. Hi, everybody. Holiday takes one low. Jackson's 0 for 3. Holiday, that is. The 1-0 from Strom. The lanky lefty, swing and a miss on a slider. Pretty nasty looking from Strom. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. It should be 0-2. No? Okay. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. 1-1 the count, I think. Now it's 1-2 as Holiday fouls it away. Outfield playing pretty straight away. Infield, though, shaded to pull for Holiday. The 1-2 is way outside. 2-2. Did I fall behind on my live game? Is that why I'm getting beat to the punch? I might have. 2-2 pitch. Fouled again. Let's see if this helps. Okay, here comes the next pitch. I was behind a little bit. Another 2-2. Called strike 3 to end the 8th. Holiday gets a heater at the top of the zone and stares at it. We have 3 outs to play with. We have yet to score a run, and I'm not sure if we've had somebody in scoring position since about the 2nd inning. What have we had tonight, folks? Not much. Not much at all. Oh, boy. No super chats tonight. No love from the other channel. No, one gifted Magic membership. Where's that? The sub count has crept up by how many? 2. 2 subscribers tonight. Wow. I appreciate the 2 new subscribers. Please don't let me feel like I'm downplaying your subscription. I'm happy to have you aboard. But I can tell you this, if I'm averaging 2 subscribers a game, this channel is not going to last. Man, it's been a bad night. 2 Magic memberships. Okay. All right. So, yeah, the view count is about, I don't know, it's missing about 40% of the normal crowd, I'd say. Yeah, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. What can you do? What can you do? I did take a look ahead. I still don't know which one it is. I think it's either a game in San Diego or a game in San Francisco. But we've got a West Coast trip coming up like somewhere around the end of the first week, beginning of the second week of September. That'll be consecutive game called number 300. That'll be something to celebrate. Yermíl Geraldo is on for the Orioles. One more inning to pitch unless we rally to tie it up or take the lead in the ninth. Geraldo has made 4 appearances. He's got an ERA of 3.18. Yeah. Real Muto will lead things off. And the first pitch is inside for ball 1. I believe it was Elvin Rodriguez who gave up the salami last night. I might be wrong there, Carl. He did give up a home run. He either gave up the 3-run shot to Bader or the... No, I think Martin gave up the 3-run shot, and I think Elvin Rodriguez gave up the salami. I could be wrong. 1-1 pitch to Real Muto is low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Phillies have a right-hander, their closer, acquired from the Twins at the deadline. Duran is getting loose. Even though it's not a save situation, they're probably going to bring him out for the ninth. So not only will we have the low probability chance of scoring 4 or more in the ninth inning, we have to do it against their closer in a non-save situation. Here's a pop-up first base side. Mayo in foul ground makes the catch. 1 away in the 8th. Either case, it was a blowout. Yeah. And it just, Carl, honestly, these relievers in our bullpen right now, don't get attached. Let's put it that way. This is what we got until we can reload in the winter. And we did pick up another right-handed reliever off waivers today that might replace one of these guys and be a bit of an upgrade. That guy from the Mets, whose name I've already forgotten. Nick Castellanos with 1 out has an 0-2 count. Base is empty in the bottom of the 8th. Geraldo delivers the 0-2. And that one is reached for and fouled off by Nick the Stick. Castellanos has a bit of a strange legacy attached to him. Maybe legacy isn't the right word, but those who know. When it comes to Nick Castellanos hitting home runs, there's a bit of bad luck attached to it. There's a check swing, but he went around. Castellanos will strike out. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
I can't really get into it in detail, folks, but if you know, you know. Basically, Castellanos has a track record of hitting home runs at very inopportune times while announcers are discussing a serious topic, maybe the passing of somebody. It's happened. There's a compilation out there of Castellanos home runs ruining something or other. Brandon Marsh has got an 0-2 count. He just swung and missed at a Geraldo heater outside. 2 down, nobody on, bottom of the 8th. Phillies ahead 4-0. They scored 3 of the 4 runs in the second, and that's all they've needed. Added 1 more in the 4th inning. Nobody has scored since. 1-2 on Marsh. With that awful long wet hair look. I mean, he looks like Squeaky Fromme. That ball's crushed to right. That ball's going to go. Brandon Marsh touches off. Another home run ball off Oriole pitching. The Phillies have done a lot of it in the last 26 hours or so. 6 home runs last night. And that is the second one of the night here, and also the second extra base hit for Marsh. He had an RBI double back in the first. Now he drives himself in with a 397-foot homer to right. Now go get a haircut, you schmuck. All right. Max Kepler, he's already homered tonight. Phillies up to double-digit hits now. First pitch is up and away. 5-0 Phillies. Foul ball. Rutschman going to have a look. So is Westberg, and Westberg's going to make the catch in foul ground near the Oriole dugout. The inning is over, but the Phillies add 1 more. We go to the 9th. The Orioles, and it looks like Johan Duran is sat down. They're going to go to a lower leverage arm here, now with a 5-run lead. Did not identify who that arm is, but it's not the closer. Coming out here to try and put the Orioles to bed. Phillies lead at 5-0 as we go to the 9th. Yeah, there's no reason to get attached to any of these guys. I mean, if one of them, there's so many of these guys that there is a chance one of them, over the course of these last 2 months, puts together a nice string of appearances, becomes a little dependable, and then maybe becomes an option in the spring next year. Out of like 6 guys that probably wouldn't be on a major league roster if that roster hadn't sold the entire bullpen away. Out of 6, I think the odds are 1 could emerge as an option for next year. Who wants to just take a stab and guess who it might be? If you had to pick one of our current relievers, and no, I'm not talking about Ynier Cano or Keegan Aiken. I'm talking about anybody that's at least as new as Corbin Martin. All right? So we're talking about names like Dietrich Inns, Yeremil Geraldo, Corbin Martin, Elvin Rodriguez, Cade Stroud, Grant Wolfram. Who has the best shot of being a part of this team next season? I mean, a couple of these guys. I mean, Dietrich's like 34 years old already. I'll go ahead and toss him out. Martin got absolutely lit up. I don't know. I don't think any of these guys are going to be on the team next year. I honestly don't. Do you think Wolfram shows promise? I don't know. I mean, I've gotten used to him. They got him out there. I'm talking about the bullpen, Rachel. I'm talking about the bullpen. Unless you want Kobe Mayo to be in the pen. Westberg with a base hit to left to begin the top of the ninth. Okay. The Phillies, instead of going to their closer, bring out Lazar, a right-hander. Max Lazar, his ERA just under 5. And, again, I've mentioned this before in the past, folks. Sometimes it's better to be down by 4 or 5 than it is 3 in the 9th inning. If they're going to not bring out their closer, you got a chance to face a guy who might not have it that night, get some runners on base, and then the closer has to come in a higher pressure situation, and then you could do something. Gunnar Henderson's at the plate right now. We need him to keep this line moving. And on a 1-0 pitch, he's going to foul this one off to the left. Gunnar is 0 for 3 tonight. He's due. Westberg at first base, nobody out. The 1-1 from Lazar. Fouled away again. Stroud did hit Springer in the head. Here is the 1-2. Nope. Umpire jumps out of his position to instruct the pitcher to hold on a minute. Hold on right now. Now the 1-2 to Henderson. Hit on the ground, foul. Another 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch that, oh my God, was that ugly. In the dirt. Broke straight down. No chance. The only chance he got to hit this ball is to wait for it to bounce back off the ground and hit it on the bounce, Vlad Guerrero style. 1 out for Adley Rutschman. He takes a first pitch strike. Yeah, the Orioles did pick up some arms in the trade deadline that look like they can be a part of things next season, particularly in the bullpen. Here's a ground ball to Bryson Stott at second base. That's the second out, folks. Rutschman's retired. We're down to 1 out. And now for some reason my enter button, only probably the most important button on your keyboard, is not working. Yeah, I mean, you start to look at the Orioles' top 30 prospects right now, and there's a lot of guys that we just added in there, particularly among the pitchers. Boston Bateman is the big addition, but he's only 19 years old. It's going to be a while for him. Ryan Noda's at the plate, getting his second plate appearance, coming in for Tyler O'Neill, who's got a wrist problem. We'll see what the roster is going to look like tomorrow afternoon. Swing and a miss on a fastball, top of the zone at 96. It's 0-2 on Noda. The Orioles are down to their final strike. Kurt, they haven't officially said Bautista is shut down, but I would say the chances of him throwing another pitch in a competitive major league game this season is less than 2%. It is a long shot. I think he's done. Ryan Noda looks at a called strike 3, and this ball game is over. This game had virtually no highlights. Virtually no highlights. Folks, we've had plenty of losses this season where I can say, well, this guy pitched well, or, well, how about that amazing play in the field, or, welp. There's not a whole lot of whelps, folks. Not in this one tonight. Final score, Phillies 4, Orioles nothing. I'm going to run over to JJ's channel and just go.
Yes.
It's painful. It's painful. Oh, boy. Hold on.
Let's go.
I'm just sending JJ a message.
Nice. Okay.
Why is that being held for review?
Stay on. We got the rest of the Mets game to do.
Oh, he's going to jump over and call the rest of the Mets game. Well, then maybe I'll send you over to JJ's channel after we're done wrapping up here. I don't think this post game is going to last long, folks. What the hell can you say about it? There's truly, if you want to talk about an eventless ball game, this was it. Just really nothing to hang our hats on here. And speaking of hats, let's go ahead and I knew calling upon the hat was just really grasping at straws, but I had to try. I was willing to do anything to get this offense to just do something tonight, something to get us feeling a pulse, right? Well, it wasn't there. We have now lost 5 out of our last 6 ball games. We're back to 12 games under 500 after having gotten as close to 8 games under when we were at 50 and 58. That was that 3rd straight win against the Blue Jays and 5th win in a row on that last homestand. Since then, we have dropped 4 out of 5. The final game against Toronto, 2 out of 3. I'm sorry, we've lost 5 out of 6. Final game against Toronto, 2 out of 3 against Chicago. The first 2-3 here in Philly. It's going to be up to Trevor Rogers to try and guide this team toward not getting swept before we return home for the weekend, where we will have a week of 2 series, one against the Athletics, and then during the midweek, the Mariners will be coming to town. Folks, anything you want to talk about, mention me and make it quick. Otherwise, I'm ready to close up shop on this very forgettable. I got to be honest, even with my pleasant and fun personality, I can't think of a ball game much crappier than this one, folks. Call up Dylan Beavers. I swear, if Tyler O'Neill has any kind of an issue that keeps him out for one game, I'm done with this. No, we wait for Beavers, because if he wins Rookie of the Year next year, then we get a draft pick from it. Yeah, screw that strategy. Screw that logic. I'd like this team to be as strong as it can be and not get embarrassed night in and night out for the final 50 ball games. That's what I'd like. Yeah, and I've even got his soundbite ready to go, folks. This is just sitting here waiting.
Nice beaver.
Thank you.
You know?
Nice beaver.
Thank you.
It's just going to have to wait, folks. It's just going to have to wait. Folks, some beavers are worth waiting for. I know you know what I'm talking about. Some beavers are worth waiting for, folks. You know it. I know it. Yeah. So tomorrow, 12:20 p.m. Eastern, early. If you've got a 9 to 5 gig, if you're going to be on the job, you know what to do. Conceal a device of some sort. Get an earbud. Or find a cubicle where nobody comes by to check on you. And just, watch along with me on company time. Come on. You know you want to. That's the plan. And then you can scream out, a bunch of 4-letter words as something bad happens tomorrow. I don't know. I'm trying. At this point, I just want to make these last couple of months fun. If I do make jokes about how the team is going, again, I love this team, all right? I'm really upset with how things have gone, and I'm going to be even more upset if certain things don't change between now and opening day 2026. But, again, for my own mental health, folks, you tell me, what am I supposed to do other than kind of chuckle? At least half the time. I will reserve my rants for when they're needed most. But if I were to sit here with the way this team's going, the way this roster's looking, and give you my 2 cents on every issue, it's just too much. It's a fool's errand. I may as well just sit here and count from 1 to 1,000,000 and see if I can do that. Everybody loves a good BW rant. But if it's all rants, it'll lose its charm, right? If it becomes too commonplace, then the allure, it'll lose its luster. I don't want to lose the luster of a good rant. It's like top shelf liquor, folks. You don't drink it every night. At that point, you might as well be drinking that stuff on the rail because it's just going to taste all the same. What you do is you drink that cheap crap, and then every once in a while you break out that top shelf and you're like, damn, that's pretty good. That is a quality liqueur. So yeah, you got to pick your spots, folks, is what I'm saying. Maybe I shouldn't have used alcohol as an analogy. Sorry. But that's all I got. Dean Kremer, home run balls, Trevor Rogers tomorrow, okay? That's all I got to say. Trevor Rogers tomorrow, he gives me hope, even when the offense can't hit worth a damn. A bloop and a blast is all we might need when we got Trevor Rogers on the mound, okay? He'll be out there tomorrow afternoon. Oh, I'm not giving up. Like I said, I'm going to call every game. I'm going to be here to observe and report on this entire transitional process this team is going through. And opening day 2026, we're right back into it. But in terms of giving up on chances of playing in October, yeah, I think I've safely let that ship sail. Again, for my own well-being. I know we're mathematically not out of it, but I've made this point before. When you get to the trade deadline and you're selling and you're the team trailing and all the teams you're trying to catch up with were buying and they're all now stronger than they were while you got weaker, yeah, the odds of making up all that extra ground, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. And the Orioles have already decided themselves it ain't happening. They've proved it to us in the past week or so. So 2025, a season that will go down as one of the more disappointing seasons in the history of this franchise. I don't know how else to put it. We're going to have to absolutely kick ass to finish at 500. That would be a hell of a feat to make up the 12 games under we're at now. the odds are we're not even going to be able to do that. This past week has been really bad. So, yeah, a team that's won 96 wins on average the last 2 seasons, won the division 2 years ago, 101 wins, 91 last year, and now we're looking at probably 90 to 92 losses, somewhere in there, 70 and 92, I'm thinking. The way this is going, 72 and 90, somewhere in that range. That's bad, folks. That's bad. And you tell me, shouldn't somebody be held accountable for this? Doesn't the buck stop at the top? That's what I've been taught. I don't know. But, I don't know, go to Twitter where you can see where I get schooled by somebody who apparently knows more about team building than I do, even though all I was saying was simply, we need Beavers on this team now, not just because he's like a big prospect that we're all waiting to see, but simply because we don't have any outfielders. Hello? We don't have... We have 2.5 outfielders right now. 2.5. We got Cowser, who can't make contact now for like 2 weeks. We got Carlson, who's 0 for his last 24. And we've got O'Neill, who's out with a sore wrist. Everybody else that would play out there are playing out of position. And you're telling me, yeah, let's leave Beavers down because there's a, at best, 3% chance he's labeled a top 100 overall prospect come the spring, and he wins Rookie of the Year. Then it'll all be worth it to keep Beavers down right now. I'm sorry, it doesn't add up. It's stupid. Call him up. Anyway. But again, they would have done it already. If that was their mentality, if they shared the same mentality I did, which is, hey, you know, I know we want to, you know, kind of, I hate to use the word manipulate, but, you know, it's basically what it is. You know, don't manipulate things when the outcome is putting players who have no business playing in positions they have no experience playing at the major league level. They haven't had any experience at the minor league level, and you're going to throw them out there at the big league level because you want to manipulate some service time. I'm sorry, that's garbage. That's garbage. We got a Mansolino press conference. And my game just froze. All right. Well, it just froze. So I can't even relay back to you what Mansolino's talking about. But, yeah, Carl's already on it. I got something buzzing around in here right now, which makes this place look like a derelict... yeah. Promise, folks. Things are nice and sanitary around here, but these weird Thai bugs, they find their way into the apartment on time to time. Westberg had a 2-hit night. There you go. There's your player of the game. Jordan Westberg had a 2-hit night. That's going to do it for me. And I'll tell you what. Should I guess... I don't know. Go say hi. I mean, I don't know. We just got shut out. Does it make sense to send you over to JJ? Let me see if there's somewhere else. I could send you to Fitzy, but I feel like nobody showed up for Fitzy last night. What do you think, folks? JJ or Fitzy? JJ, again, is doing his post-game wrap-up, but if you want to get in a little Baltimore-Philly rivalry talk there, you can. Or I can send you over to a game that's actually still going on with Fitzy calling the Red Sox, playing the Royals. Pocket Watch says Fitz. What is flying? It just landed on my nose. All right, that's the last straw. It's one thing to buzz around my apartment, but if you're going to land on my face, then your day is done. I got work to do, folks. There is something flying around in here that's about to be made into paste. Not in my abode. Stay out. I don't like it. You have to be competitive to have a rivalry. All right, well, but we also live in a modern world where everybody's delusional, Pocket Watch, so allow me to be delusional and pretend that we're competitive right now, okay? Tell me why this is the land of delusion. 'Cause this is the world we live in. And these are the alternative facts we're given. We just make up our own crap to try to make living not so hard. Can't you see this is a land of delusion? All right, folks. I guess I've made my social statement for the night. Have a good rest of your Tuesday evening, folks. Come back in about, 14 hours, 13 hours, somewhere in that neighborhood for Game 3. Trevor Rogers. Until then, this has been the BirdWatcher. And I will... let me say this first. Thanks to the mods for helping out in the chat tonight. Thanks for the Magic members that were gifted. Thanks, everybody, for hitting the like button. And thanks again for watching some baseball with me. All right? Come on back and do it again tomorrow afternoon. Until then, this has been the BirdWatcher, and I'll chirp at you later, sending you now to Thomas Fitzpatrick. Take care, everybody.